Pakistan.
Motion to discuss a moderated caucus on the topic of ownership of the Kashmir and Jammu regions. Overall speaking time, 5 minutes. Individual speaking time, 1 minute.
Thank you, Delegate. Are there any other points of motions on the floor? The Delegate of Afghanistan.
The delegate would like to motion for a moderated caucus under the topic of the terrorist threat.
Overall speaking time?
Overall speaking time, 10 minutes. Individual speaking time, 1 minute.
Thank you, Delegate. Noted. Are there any other points or motions on the floor? Seeing none, we will be voting on the motions from least disruptive to most disruptive.
Starting with the motion raised by the delegate of Pakistan, moderated caucus on the topic of ownership of the Kashmir region. Overall speaking time 5 minutes, individual speaking time 1 minute. All those in favor, please raise your placards.
This motion clearly fails.
Next up, we have the delegate of Afghanistan's motion on the topic of terrorist threats. Overall speaking time 10 minutes, individual speaking time 1 minute. All those in favor, please raise your placards.
This motion passes. The Delegate of Afghanistan, would you like to speak first or last? Thank you, Delegate. Are there any other speakers wishing to be added to the speakers list? Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Brazil, the Delegate of New Zealand. Are there any other delegates? The Delegate of Japan, China. Okay, we will begin with our first speaker, the Delegate of
Saudi Arabia. You have the floor for 1 minute.
Thank you, Your Excellencies. For the delegates who know that terrorist attacks have happened in the late days, this is a true discrimination of the people of our earth. This is an atrocity that should not be happening in the current day. We should solve this issue as fast as possible in the quickest and most justful way. As more people suffer through these days, we will need to work harder and harder to find these terrorist groups, and it will require time. Thank you, delegates, and I would like to yield my remaining time to the chairs.
Thank you, Delegate. The next speaker, the delegate of Pakistan. You have the floor for 1 minute.
The delegation of Pakistan believes that any terrorist threat against China is unfounded and should be illegal. It is our topmost concern as the region carries a very central location in Southeast Asia. If the nuclear reactors are destroyed, then massive amounts of radiation will leak out into the atmosphere and affect these regions dearly. It is pressing concern. That is all. I would like to yield my remaining time back to the Vice Chair.
Thank you, Delegate. The delegate of Brazil. You have the floor for 1 minute.
Good morning, honorable delegates and chairs. The delegate of Brazil would like to give a point to there are 6,000 people whose our lives are in danger, and we are not sure if China can ensure the safety of these people as they are not currently available to solve the terrorist problems as it seems. And if they can they ensure 100% completion? And about $5 trillion of global trade passes through China, and if this area gets disrupted by terrorist attacks, the whole global trade market would take a serious hit, and this would damage both China and every other country in nearby regions. The delegate of Brazil would like to yield the remaining time.
Thank you, Delegate of Brazil. Delegate of New Zealand, you have the floor for 1 minute.
We all know what would happen if the terrorist attack happens, but we need to come up with a solution to either prevent the attack or defend from it. To prevent the attack, we need to find the terrorist groups trying to destroy the artificial islands and nuclear power plant. But if we can't do that, we need to defend the artificial islands by arming it to the teeth. I would like to yield my remaining time back to the panel.
Thank you, Delegate. The Delegate of Japan, you have the floor for 1 minute, starting now.
First of all, the delegate of Japan would like to state the point that was made by Pakistan. And I would like to state terrorism is a crime, no matter what shape or form. We think your sentence. Second of all, to China, in your opening speech, I believe you said that you can handle this terrorist threat alone, but I really do not believe you can. And Japan, the country, is very close to these nuclear power plants. If radiation was to spill out to Japan, our citizens will be very scared and frightened because of Hiroshima and yes. And third of all, in the background guide, there was a viral video by the terrorists says you will pay for what you did. Is there a video? Can we see what the video there might include in the background guide in like year 2030? It says there's a viral video. We'll pay for it. And the delegate of Japan would like to state yielding in time to pass.
Thank you, Delegate. The Delegate of China, you have the floor for 1 minute.
The delegate of China would like to remind everyone in the room that the Chinese government's military might is unparalleled. The Chinese government has the #1 largest military force and #2 largest military force reserve. As a result, the delegate of China strongly believes and is confident in the ability of the Chinese government to stop or prevent the hijack of the power plants, as it is considered a Chinese property and land. And the hijacking of the power plants not only has global repercussions, but also local repercussions in the Chinese country, as it is a fundamental energy source that fuels our industries. So I'd like to, the delegate of China would like to remind everyone that Chinese government can handle it and will handle it. Thank you. I'd like to yield my remaining time to the dais.
Thank you, Delegate. Delegate of Saudi Arabia.
Point of information.
Does the delegate accept?
Yes.
As the delegate has stated that they have the #1 military, should countries take this as a threat? And is the country not willing to take support from other countries who are willing to show support?
The country of China will be accepting support, but the delegate believes that it is not needed, and the factual information that China has a big army is not a threat to any other countries except the terrorist organization.
Japan? Does the delegate accept?
Yes.
The delegate of China makes these bold claims that they can, in fact, handle this issue alone. And if they fail, not only China is affected, but neighboring countries such as Vietnam and Philippines, and of course China, Japan will be affected too. Do you have any proof that your country can handle it, your military might can handle it?
The delegate of Brazil. Does the delegate of China accept?
The delegate of Brazil would like to ask the delegate of China if the decrypted messages are related to the terrorist attacks, and if they are they from local terrorists or foreign terrorists?
Yes, Chairman.
Can the delegate of China answer the question posed by the delegate of Japan?
Yes.
The delegate of China is very confident in the military might. The delegate would like to remind everyone that the islands within the sea has been militarized for defense, not for offensive purposes, and there are major ports and airports that is ready to defend not only the island but the power plant itself.
We will not be accepting any more POIs. We invite the last speaker on the speak.
Are there any other speakers wishing to be added to the speakers list? The delegate of Iran, Mongolia. Are there any other delegates wishing to be added to the speakers list?
Delegates may not be added to the speakers list again.
The delegate of... Seeing none, we will proceed with our next speaker, the delegate of Iran. You have the floor for 1 minute.
Хэрвээ өсөлт барилт ийм чиглэж байгаа бол манай бас манай бас хэвтэл нийлүүлж байгаа газрын эзний ер нь бол номер 1 нийлүүлж гэх юм уу да. Хэрвээ өсөлт ингэж дайн татгуул шийдэж байгаа бол манай газрын эзэн ер нь нийлүүлэх хангалттай зогсоон татгуул өсөлтийг өөрчилж байгаа.
Japan.
Does the delegate of
Yes. Is the delegate of Iran aware that we are not heavily concluding the war right now? We are very offensive to each other, but we are not concluding the war. Very clear.
Delegate of Iran will the delegate of Iran answer?
the quorum delegates?
Thank you, delegate. We will move on to our next speaker, the delegate of Mongolia. You have the floor for 1 minute.
Delegation of Mongolia believes that terrorist group might funded by other countries who want to gain profit from today's situation. As you know, Russia trying to infiltrate Chinese nuclear reactors using new type of hardcore stolen from North Korea, which means Russia might supporting terrorist group. In order to stop terrorist group to it, we have to stop fund or treat from other countries. Delegate would like to yell.
Thank you, delegate. Are there any other delegates wishing to be added to the speakers list? We will accept one more speaker. The delegate of Pakistan.
Point of information.
Okay. Does the delegate of Mongolia accept?
Accept. On what proof does the delegation of Mongolia believe that terrorists may be funded by the Russian government?
Because Russia is trying to infiltrate Chinese nuclear reactors.
No follow-ups. Before we move on, we will accept one more speaker to the speakers list. Delegates may not be added twice. Delegate of India.
Please.
The dais will not allow any POIs. Moving on to the last speaker, the delegate of Afghanistan. You have the floor for 1 minute.
Thank you. Thank you, honorable chairs. As previously stated, the terrorist threat is, in our opinion, the most pressing issue at hand. If the nuclear reactors were to be captured, the South China Sea and the Chinese power source would be cut significantly, thus putting the global trade market in chaos. As a delegate of Afghanistan, but also as a delegate of the United Nations, we wordly implore our fellow delegates to come together to solve this issue peacefully. And in terms of asking a question to the delegate of China, throughout history, global powers such as America, Russia, France have all been victim to terrorists and terrorist attacks. No matter how powerful you are, there is no way there's simply too much risk in leaving it all to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. Are there any points on the floor? The Delegate of Canada.
加拿大安顿略省一座核电站发生废水泄漏，超过7.3万软水化水流入安大略省安大略湖，但不会对公众健康造成威胁。如果这样的话，我想请问一下，大家是否真正了解这个核电站、水站就是对于环境或者是人的健康有什么影响呢？我想说，这些废水还有微量的氢具微弱放射性，但含量远离低于监督允许标准，不会对于饮水造成影响。加拿大现在有5座核电站，出事核电站距离加拿大最大的城市多伦多有35公里。安大略发电公司称，泄漏对环境影响可以忽略不计，不会对公众健康造成影响。加拿大和安全委员会也认为，软水化泄漏对环境和人体健康风险可以忽略。谢谢。
The Delegate of Japan.
I think the translators are not doing their job properly.
Decorum, delegates, decorum. May the secretary team look into this.
Okay. Are there any other points on the floor? The Delegate of Japan.
The delegate of Japan would like to motion for an open debate on the last topic for 20 minutes.
That will be in order. The Delegate of Afghanistan.
We would like to motion for a quick unmoderated caucus for 5 minutes.
On the topic of? That will be in order. The Delegate of Saudi Arabia.
Firstly, address of the floor. Unmods are not entertained on the first 3 motions. Thank you. Secondly, the delegate would like to motion for an open debate on the topic of a peaceful way to solve the key issue in hand and finding the terrorists as quick as possible.
Thank you, Delegate. Yes?
In terms of unmods not being in order, that is specifically up to the DICE team, and the DICE team accepted the order.
Thank you, Delegate. Are there any other points or motions on the floor? The Delegate of Pakistan.
A motion, the delegation of Pakistan would like to motion for a moderated caucus for 10 minutes on the topic of territorial disputes.
Thank you, Delegate.
May the Delegate of Pakistan state the individual speaking time.
2 minutes. 1 minute.
We will now be voting on these motions from least disruptive to most disruptive.
Least disruptive being the motion raised by the Delegate of Pakistan, moderated caucus, overall speaking time 10 minutes, individual speaking time 1 minute, on the topic of territorial dispute. All those in favor, please raise your placards. This motion clearly fails. The DICE team will not accept any unmods for the first 3, until the first 3 moderated caucuses pass. We have a motion raised by the Delegate of Japan, open debate for 20 minutes. All those in favor, please raise your placards.
This motion clearly passes. The open debate begins now. The Delegate of Japan.
Point of inquiry?
Yes?
What is the topic?
Can the Delegate of Japan please restate the topic of the open debate?
The delegate of Japan said that let's discuss the same topic, just on the open debate format. I believe the DICE team should know that.
Before we continue, delegates, please refer to yourselves as third person and not first person.
With that being said, the open debate will commence. The delegate of Saudi Arabia.
The question was not answered.
Yeah, let's make
Decorum delegates. The open debate is now in order. Delegates may raise their placards and proceed to speak. Brazil.
The delegate of Brazil believes that the government of the U.S. is being threatened by the heavy militarization of the area, and if this proceeds on, this could lead to a dispute between USA and China, which are two major powerhouses, and can this lead to war? And there are said to be decrypted messages in the area. So are we sure that these messages are not by USA or local terrorist groups? We don't know for sure.
First of all, let's ignore Brazil's question for a bit. And second of all, I would like to ask the delegate of China, would you accept other countries' help? It would be a yes or no question. Thank you.
Delegate of Saudi Arabia.
Thank you, Your Excellencies. To the delegate of Japan, why is the delegate of Japan stating that other delegates' questions are not of high importance, as you are stating that your questions are of high importance? And to the delegate of China, we are questioning that, are you willing to take support, and why is the delegate of China so unwilling and so proud of their army?
The delegate of China.
The delegate of China is not unwilling to take help from foreign forces, but the Chinese government believes it will be a simple protection because the battle will be on an island.
Afghanistan.
Thank you, Honorable Vice. In terms of the topic at hand, the delegate of Afghanistan merely has one question for the delegate of China. In terms of the global issue at hand, what does China want in order to calm down the issues? Not concerning the terrorist threats, as we'll get to that later. The delegate merely wishes to know what the delegate of China wants from this conference.
Saudi Arabia.
Thank you, Your Excellencies. Back to the delegate of China. Each and every country is curious on what the Chinese government is in need of aid of, and as to saying that this issue at hand will be an easy way out is not the right thing to do, as such terrorist acts are international problems, and if the Chinese government does fail to solve it in a very peaceful manner, other countries will be at threat for destruction and loss of human resources. Thank you.
New Zealand.
The delegate of New Zealand would like to ask the delegate of China, are you prepared for an attack like let's say right now? Can you defend yourself if they are attacking right now?
China.
The delegate skipped the questioning of China at the moment. We're having domestic discussions. Thank you.
Japan.
Okay, the delegate of Japan first would like to respond to the delegate of Saudi Arabia. First of all, I prioritized my question because in this committee session, everybody has been targeting Japan for not willing to accept help. He didn't clearly state what he wanted, and I just wanted to make that first of all clear. Second of all, the delegate of China, what if the terrorists are one of your people? What if it's an inside job? If one of your people decides to damage the nuclear reactor, you cannot stop that in time. What if it's one of your most highly trusted men? These terrorists are very professional, I will say.
Thank you, delegate. Afghanistan.
The delegate of Afghanistan would like to remind the delegates that although the delegate of Afghanistan mentioned the terrorist threats first, the delegate of China mentioned that the delegate was willing to accept help many motions ago, and we believe that we should leave this issue and move on to more pressing matters. As currently, the delegates and we are all only speaking about what China wants. We need to know what each individual delegate wants from the conference.
Pakistan.
The delegation of Pakistan would like to state a few points. Firstly, mainly being originally why there is a dispute over the South China Sea in the first place, the main causes of that. Secondly, the second point the delegation of Pakistan would like to state is to offer an alternative to trade through the South China Sea rather than going through it. Further investment into the Pakistani government and full authority, full sovereignty over full sovereignty over the Kashmir Jammu region will allow for an alternative for the South China Sea through highways through the mountains and bypass the South China Sea entirely, avoiding it and going through the Indian Ocean. And finally, I would like to, the delegation of Pakistan would like to state that the question why the other nations in the South China Sea aren't responding to the points raised.
Delegate of Brazil.
The delegate of Brazil would like to request the delegate of China to address their current stance on the United States of America, and if the threats continue, could this lead to war?
China.
As to answer the question posed, the delegate of China would like to elaborate more on our position. China is willing to accept help only under the pretense that this is for investigative purposes only. We will not tolerate military presence in the South China Sea area. That is all.
United States of America.
The delegation of the U.S. would like to state to China that the point of the United Nations is not to discuss how you guys are going to fix the problems. This is a global issue. Any terrorist attack on a state is a terrorist attack on all states. We must work together to collectively fight against the issues at hand.
Saudi Arabia.
Thank you, Your Excellencies. And the second thing, the words of the United States of America, the delegate believes that China should not be so childish and understand that this is an international problem and a terrorist attack on any place is a worldwide crisis. And the delegates should understand that their competence on this conference will be deciding the fate of the future. Thank you.
The delegate of China.
In the background, it states that terrorist group is known as ISAF and is from Pakistan. Is that correct?
The terrorist group is originated from the region of Pakistan.
The delegate of China would like to motion for Pakistan to speak up on the terrorist group and its origins and their investigation on it, and would like to ask the other delegates to stop saying the terrorist group may be a local or inside job. Thank you.
The delegate of Brazil.
The delegate of Brazil views the terrorist attacks as undecided, and we are not sure whether it is local or from Pakistan. So can the delegate of China address their stance with the United States?
Saudi Arabia.
To each and every delegate, this is an international issue, and each and every delegate has the fear and free will to speak of their own beliefs. Every country has the right to ask for aid, ask for support from each and every country. Understand that note passing is a great system, but at the same time speaking up to everyone and telling each and every delegate your idea specifically is more ideal. Thank you.
Japan.
The delegate of Japan would like to second the speech made by the delegate of Saudi Arabia, and I would highly encourage the delegates of Vietnam and Philippines specifically to speak about this issue at hand. And second of all, can we not start an investigation? Can we not move to an investigation on Philippines?
Thank you, delegate. Next, we have the delegate of Pakistan. You have the floor.
The delegation of Pakistan would like to raise 2 points. The first being that Pakistan does not support financially or militarily any sort of terrorist group, as the Pakistani government recognizes them all as illegal and unjust. Secondly, we would like to raise the point that a question to the floor regarding what the immediate action if terrorist attack occurs on the islands. That is all.
The delegate of Israel.
Could the delegates representing China and Philippines please elaborate on the decrypting process of the threat message that has been received? This question highly diverse to the fixing of the terrorism issue. Thank you.
Japan.
Point of inquiry.
Yes?
First of all, can we not see the viral video that the Pakistani terrorists have sent that has become viral? And second of all, can we start an investigation by the Security Council?
The decrypted message may not be shown to the delegates, but we may start an investigation with a very good reason.
The delegate of China.
The delegate of China believes there are 2 ways to prevent the terrorist attack. One is prevention and protection. So the delegate would like to urge other countries on investigating the whereabouts and the plans of the terrorist organization while the Chinese military is protecting the power plants. Thank you.
Delegate of Brazil.
The delegate of Brazil would like to ask the delegate of Pakistan if they have done any actions against the said terrorist groups originated in your country. Thank you.
The delegate of Saudi Arabia.
Thank you, Your Excellencies. The delegate believes that this motion should be exhausted as soon as possible, and we should be moving on to a moderated caucus if the time is available, and we should start working on a working paper to start an investigation on the countries such as Pakistan or China. And I believe it should be mainly focused on Pakistan. As the delegate, I am fairly blind, so I cannot see each country's names. The delegate does support the countries in the Chinese Sea area and will be willing to show support. Thank you.
The delegate of Japan.
The delegate of Japan would like to exhaust this motion.
All those in favor, please raise your placards. This passes.
Point of inquiry?
Yes?
How many minutes are remaining in the first conference?
The first.
Session.
1 hour and 30 minutes.
Are there any other points or motions on the floor? The delegate of Japan.
The delegate of Japan would like to motion for an unmoderated caucus for 13 minutes.
The dais will not allow unmods until at least one more moderated caucus passes.
The delegate of Saudi Arabia.
A moderated caucus on the topic of each country's stances on the overview of the terrorist group and how they want to exactly find the terrorist group. Overall time, 10 minutes. For individual speaking time, 1 minute.
That will be in order. The delegate of Pakistan.
The delegation of Pakistan would like to motion for moderated caucus of 5 minutes, individual speaking time 1 minute, on the topic of anti-terrorist action.
Thank you, delegate. The delegate of Brazil. The delegate of Afghanistan.
Motion to start moderated caucus discussing the impact of Chinese artificial island and other regions for a duration of 10-minute overall speaking time and 45 seconds individual speaking time.
Noted. Are there any other points of motions on the floor? We will be accepting one more motion. Seeing none, we will vote on these motions from least disruptive to most disruptive.
Beginning with the motion raised by the delegate of Pakistan on the topic of anti-terrorist actions. Moderated caucus, overall speaking time 5 minutes, individual speaking time 1 minute. All those in favor, please raise your placards.
This motion passes. Would the delegate of Pakistan like to speak first or last?
Last.
Are there any other delegates wishing to be added to the speakers list? Japan, Brazil.
Point of inquiry?
Yes?
What's the overall speaking time and individual speaking time?
Overall speaking time 5 minutes, individual speaking time 2 minutes. We will accept 2 more speakers.
China, Spain. The speakers list is now full. We will invite our first speaker, the delegate of Japan. You have the floor for 1 minute.
On the delegate of Japan would like to say a couple things on the topic of anti-terrorism. First of all, whenever a group, large sum of people plan on doing something illegal, they first need a huge supply of rations and weaponry. So I would like to request the delegate of Pakistan to look for a large sum of weapons being stolen from military or mainly stores manufacturing. I don't know how the Pakistani law works. I don't know if they allow that or not. And second of all, we have to consider the terrorists being in the Chinese government. Although the terrorist group originated in Pakistan, there can be Chinese members in there. And sorry for this. And the delegate of Japan will be doing that with us.
Thank you, delegate. Saudi Arabia.
POI.
Does the delegate accept?
Does the delegate know that in the background guide it stated that the terrorist group is from Pakistan, it originated from Pakistan?
China?
Can I say something on Saudi Arabia?
Yes, delegate.
To your question, I can simply answer yes, and I can get away. But I do understand what you mean. The terrorist organization originated from Pakistan, but that doesn't mean it cannot get international members.
The delegate of China.
Yes.
Is there any evidence that there could be Chinese members in the terrorist organization?
First of all, I am not the head of the Chinese government. I cannot give you legal information on that. Second of all, it's the delegate of Japan stated this because it is better to prepare for the worst than the best. The delegate of Japan does know that the nuclear reactors are covered with Chinese military on an island, so it would be very difficult for the terrorists to attack. So I believe it's a high possibility that one of your members or high member of the Chinese government is one of the terrorists.
Thank you, delegates. No other POIs will be accepted. We will now move on to our next speaker, the delegate of Brazil. You have the floor for 1 minute.
The delegate of Brazil would like to point out that a terrorist group is most likely funded by crimes or for large corporations with malicious intent. And if the said organization is to be born in Pakistan, we believe that there is a problem with the Pakistani government controlling crimes and illegal actions. Thank you.
The delegate of Pakistan,
Point of information.
does the delegate accept?
On what basis do you claim that the Pakistani government has a fault?
The delegate of Brazil claims that a large group of terrorist groups are funded most likely by crimes or large corporations with malicious intent. We are not claiming that the Pakistani government is at fault for this, but we are suspecting that the Pakistani government is incompetent in controlling crimes, illegal actions. Thank you.
The delegate of New Zealand,
POI.
does the delegate accept? Brazil,
Delegate of Brazil,
the delegate of Brazil, do you accept the point of information?
does the delegate of Brazil accept the POI?
Yes.
You said that having a mob or a terrorist group means that the government is failing to put up against crimes. So do you have your fair share of mobs and terrorists? So if you do, so are you failing to be a government?
The delegate of Brazil would like to point out that there are no Brazilian participants in the terrorist government currently at the Chinese South area. And blaming the Brazilian government for an action that's happening in China, most likely caused by Pakistan, is incorrect. Thank you.
Thank you, delegate. We will not accept any other point of information. We will now move on to the next speaker, the delegate of China. You have the floor for 1 minute.
Conferences already full of pointless accusations, especially made by the delegate of Japan, which accuses Chinese government support for the terrorist organization, which they have no confirmation of. And furthermore, to explain what the delegation of China implies by accepting support but denying military presence, China will accept help from other countries and the UN only under the pretense of investigative purposes. We will not be accepting any military support affiliated with any specific country. And furthermore, I ask the delegate of Japan not to make accusations that have no evidence to back it up.
Thank you, delegate. Your time has elapsed. Next, we have the delegate, Saudi Arabia.
Motion to exhaust this topic.
That will not be in order as we only have 2 more speakers left. Are there any other points on the floor? The delegate of Canada. That will be in order.
Don't put countries like
The
Canada.
delegate of Canada, could you please wait? We have the delegate of Japan.
Okay. The delegate of Japan is glad that the delegate of China asked this question. First of all, I believe that the delegate of China should listen to this conversation more. I did not accuse anybody of anything. I only stated hypotheses. You probably heard that I was accusing the Chinese government for, supporting these terrorist organizations. And I do get that I might not have spoken clearly about this. And second of all, if one of your members is corrupt, that doesn't mean your whole government is supporting it. It's just a corruption in the system. Thank you.
The delegate of Canada, do you have a point of information?
Do other countries of Canada have to negotiate and discuss with China?
Delegate of Canada, do you have a point of information? Delegate of Canada, you have not been recognized.
Next, we have our next speaker, the delegate of Spain. You have the floor for 1 minute.
Since the military support is not accepted by China, the delegation of Spain encouraged the other nations to put their navies and establish security in the region until the investigations are over. The reason we encourage the other nations to do this is that we can't risk the global nuclear catastrophe to happen. I would like to read my remaining time, guys.
Thank you, delegate. Are there any points? The delegate of China.
Order, there was no question posed to the delegate of Japan.
Addressal of the floor. Delegate of Saudi Arabia.
Addressal of the floor.
Not accepted. Are there any points on the floor? Seeing none, we will move on to our last speaker. Delegate of Pakistan, you have the floor for 1 minute.
May Pakistan be moved to the podium?
Yes.
Delegate, you have the floor for 1 minute.
The delegation of Pakistan would like to raise 2 points to the floor. Firstly, the country of Pakistan itself is very big. It is very mountainous. And in the past, we have had trouble detecting and finding terrorist organizations whenever they sprouted up. For example, we can take Al-Qaeda as they take their home base in Pakistan. The second point I would like to raise is the origin may have originated from Pakistan, but we are dealing with a terrorist organization that clearly you can use cyber technology very well. This means that they can fake transmissions and plant duds. The allegations that the Pakistani government has any involvement
Thank you, delegate.
are false. That is all.
Your time has elapsed. The motion has been exhausted. The dais would like to announce that we will now be accepting unmoderated caucuses, and also the dais would also like to announce that directives are now in order. If the delegates wish to start an investigation, the delegates may present a directive. Afghanistan.
Afghanistan would like to motion for a unmod for 20 minutes on the topic of confirming what each country wants.
Thank you, delegate. The delegate of Japan.
The delegate of Japan would like to motion for an unmoderated caucus for 30 minutes and unmoderated caucus.
Yes.
On the topic of investigation of terrorist organizations. The writing directive.
Thank you, delegate. Are there any other points or motions on the floor? Pakistan.
Directive to launch an international investigation across the globe for possible leads to the terrorist organization.
The delegate of Pakistan may motion for an unmoderated caucus to write their directives.
An unmoderated caucus of 20 minutes.
Required.
Yes.
Does the DICE team not believe that 30 minutes is far too long to write a simple directive?
The dais will get into that. Are there any other points or motions on the floor? Seeing none, we will move on to voting procedures. Seeing that there are 3 unmoderated caucuses that have been noted, the dais would like to ask the delegate of Japan, may the delegate of Japan change their unmoderated time to 25 minutes from 30 minutes?
No.
The court.
we will move on to the voting procedures from the least disruptive. The motion raised by the delegate of Afghanistan, unmoderated caucus for 20 minutes. All those in favor, please raise your placards.